Welcome back. In today's video, I am going to show you a complete wholesale distribution management system. This web application dashboard is created by using the Google Sheets as a database and Google Web App Script. Within this dashboard, you can manage your quotations, invoices, customer sales returns, purchase orders, product management, inventory management in all in one place. So I will explain you all the workflow of this web application step by step. Okay. Well, as you know, we have the five different roles, but right now I am logging as a admin and I will explain you the complete workflow now. So this is a dashboard where I can take the overview of the system like the total revenue, customers, suppliers, and etc. So let's move to the customer sections. Why I move to the customer sections first? Because if I need to create a quotation or invoices, I need a customer. Okay, so this is a customer section where we can edit the customer, delete the customer, block the customer, check the ledger of the customer and add the customer. For adding the customer, we just simply click on this add customer and enter their credentials like business name, contact person, phone, WhatsApp, email, city, the customer type. You can see here the wholesale customer, the retail customer, and the distributed customer. And what is the route for this particular customer? We can define it here. The secondary phone, the credit limit for this particular customer, opening balance, payment terms, and assigned salesman. Okay, as of now, you see we have the five different roles. One is salesman. So why we need a salesman assigned to this particular customer? Because right now we have the route one is managed by this particular salesman. Okay, so we just simply assigned the salesman to this particular customer and we make the status active, inactive, or blocked, etc., and the full address and the notes. And after that we just simply click on the save. Our customer will be saved out successfully. And if I want to make a block, I just simply click on this block icon and click on this yes block. So now this customer will be blocked and it will not be shown anywhere in our quotations or invoices when we create new. Okay, so if you make it inactive, that will also not able to shown in your quotation on invoices when you create no. So we have check out the customers, how we can manage our customers, block the customers, check the ledger of our customers. For checking the ledger, we just need to click on this ledger icon, so the complete ledger of this particular customer will appear in the form of the pop-up. Okay, now let's move to the products section. What is the products and why we need to review before the quotations? Because when we need to create a quotation or invoices, we must need to add the products item. So for that we must need to know that how we can edit the products, how we can delete the products, and how we can add the product. For add the product, you need to enter your product name, SKU, category selection, how you can add more categories. There is a lot of people questions we need a different category, so there is a category section options. You can go there, add, edit, update, or delete categories like the product or customer we have. Okay, you just simply select the category and the unit, kilogram, gram, liter, ml, pieces, and etc. You can add it from here. Purchase price, selling price, current stock, low stock, alert, tax rate, automatically if you want to implement, expiry date, brand name, barcode, scanner, image URL, weight, status, active or inactive, and product description. And after that you just simply click on this save. Your product will be saved in our databases successfully. And this is the status. And if you want to make it inactive or active, you can directly make it from these radio buttons. Okay, now let's we have check out the customers and the products. Now we can easily generate our quotations. For generating the quotations, let's move to the quotation section and click on this new quotation, and you can see there is a actions button, and I will explain you the complete workflow of our action column as well. First of all, I just simply click on this new quotation and select a customers from the drop down. I have utilized in this part in this complete web application a searchable drop down, so you can simply search a customer by their name or phone number and select it here. So this is a shop 3 right now, and this is a quotation date, and this is a valid until. Okay, so you can easily able to see here. And this is a follow up date. If you want to make a follow up date, you can simply add them. And if you want what is the discount amount, I will also explain you later. First of all, I will add the product. So this is a product. I already told to you how you can add, edit, update, or delete the products. I just simply select it here, a product, how much quantity I want to sell them, the 50. And is the text is implement. You can see in the products we can define the text. So right now there is 0% text, and if you want to change on the real time, you can also change them. And if you want to give the discount on individual items, you can simply give the discounts as well. And if you want to add more items, you can simply add the more items as well. So this is also a searchable drop down. Okay, you understand them? Yes, you understand them. Now we just need to enter our quantity, and that's it. So this is a discount amount. If you want to give a discount on the overall bill, you can simply add it here. And if you want to add a delivery cost, you can simply add it here. So your delivery cost will be added successfully. And for now, this is the quotation what you can give to your customer. And after entering all the information, just simply click on this save quotations, and it's creating your quotation in our databases, and it will be successfully saved in our databases in our quotation sheet. So you can easily able to see here. So this is our quotations what we have created for our shop 3. Now in the action column, we have a option for view. So this is a view where we can take the view of our system. This is a fresh milk. Okay, understand them. And if I want to send them to the customer as an email, I just simply click on this send and click on this yes send. And if you don't want to click on this view, you can simply directly use this send icon from here for sending them. So after sending, your status from draft to change to the sent. Okay, you understand them. And if you want to edit them, add the follow update, add the items, edit the items, or delete the items, you can do it from here. Okay, now after change the status from draft to send, you have a two more options: accept or reject. Okay, if you make it accept, your quotation will be accepted out successfully. So you can easily able to see here the quotation is accepted out successfully. And now the time is that the customer is finally decided to create the invoice and get the items from you. So instead of that, going to the invoices section and click on this new invoices, I have given a option to convert this particular quotation to your invoice directly. For that, what you need to do, just simply click on this convert to invoice and click on this yes convert. So when you click on this yes convert, as of now, you can easily able to see here your quotation is converted to the invoices successfully. Okay, you understand them. Your invoice is created with this particular invoice number. And there is a one last feature what I want to tell you, that is that you can change the status anytime by using this particular icon from here. And if you want to take a print of this quotation and give them to the customer as a A4 size paper, so you can also give them, so the print something looks like that. Okay, you understand them? Yes, you understand them. The currency symbol and the web application name is changeable from your settings section. Okay, understand them. Let's move to the invoices section. What is in our invoices section? As you know, we have in our quotation section this line of pipeline filters. So you can easily able to see all, draft, sent, partial, paid, overdue, cancelled, and etc. So basically these are the filters. Okay, so this is a quotation invoice what we have created from our quotation sections. And if you want to make the status change from draft to send, just simply click on this send and click on this yes send. So once you click on this yes send, as of now you can able to see here your status will be updating successfully, and your invoice status is updated from draft to sent it. And now the thing is that we understand them, we can simply cancel them and etc. But how we can collect the payment for that? For that, you need to go to your payment received section. And as of now you can easily able to see here that is your all the payment received, and click on this record payment and select a customer from the drop down. We have selected the shop 3, so you can easily able to see here that is the invoice number 3. Okay, 003 what we have recently created. I just simply select it here how much they want to pay them. You can simply enter the amount. If you enter the less amount, that amount will be deducted from this particular amount, and remaining will be as a balance. So you can easily able to see here this is right now balance. So I just simply select it here the online, what is the online reference number, and if you make it the bank transfer, which is the bank name, is it clear, what is your check date, deposit date. And if you want to make it cash, you can simply make it cash as now. Okay, you just simply click on this save. So your payment is recording successfully in our Google Sheets, because we use the Google Sheet as a database. So your payment is recorded successfully. And when we go back to the record payment and go to the shop 3, and in the drop down, you can easily able to see here that invoice will not be shown here, because this particular invoice is being successfully paid. So this is a remaining balance, and the status is paid out successfully. Okay, you understand them. And if you want to take a print of this particular invoice, you can simply click on this print icon, and as of now you can easily able to see here your print something looks like that. So after that, there is a sales return option. What is the sales return option? And you can see there is a new return option. You just simply select a invoice. What is the invoice? We need to select it here. Right now we have paid this. I just simply select this particular invoice. This is a return date. What is the refund method? Cash. And the return reason, if you want to add them, and the fresh milk we have sealed the 50 liters, so we will return the 40 liters in a bag. Condition is good, damaged or expired, etc. You can simply select them. So this is your total return and click on this submit return. So when you click on this submit return, as of now you can able to see your sales return data will be saved in our Google Sheet, because we use the Google Sheets as a database. I am right now as an admin, so that's why it automatically approved, because admin have the high level authority, and if the salesperson or any other user role apply for the sales return, so admin must need to approve them. So you can easily able to see here, if I approve this particular return, then the status will be changed from pending to approved, and I can simply decline from here as well. So you can see sales returns approved as well. So in this way you can create the sales return as well. Now let's move to the invoices section, and as of now you can easily able to see here the balance is updated also successfully. Before that we have a balance of 15,000 something, but now we have the 8670. So don't worry, you can change your currency symbol from the settings. And this is a commission sections. What is the commission sections? We have a salesman person, so let's take example. The salesman one is the 5% and the salesman two is on the 3%, and that is their commissions amount, and this is the amount. And if you want to give them the amount, just simply go to your payout section and click on this record payment. And right now you can able to see a salesman 3, we don't need to give any amount them. Salesman 4, we don't need to give them any amount, but salesman 2, we have a balance 1850 rupees plus zero point 0.1 cent to give them. I have paid them to the 1500, remaining I will pay later. I just simply selected here period from period to 4, and this is the 20, and the payment is bank transfer, cash, etc. And click on this record payment. So when I click on this record payment, as of now you can easily able to see here the payment commission payout is recorded successfully. And when I go back to the record payment and select a salesman 2, so 1500 is minus successfully, so this is the remaining amount. Okay, you understand them. Now let's move to the deliveries. So this is a deliveries section. So for that we need to go to the drivers first, because if we have the driver, then we buses will move now. Okay, so this is a driver. You need to enter their name, phone, CNIC number, license number, vehicle type, truck, van, pickup, motorbike, vehicle number, emergency contact, and you can make the status active or inactive them. And later on you just go to your delivery section and click on this new delivery. And as of now you can easily able to see here, this is a driver. I need a driver too. This is a delivery date. This is a route. I will define my route, and what invoices item I need to send them. I just simply select it from here. So these three invoices will be handled by the driver too, and they and their responsibility to deliver them. And this is the vehicle number, and this is their notes, etc. So this is a print feature as well. If you can easily able to see here, this is your delivery challan. So you can see the delivery challan, something looks like that. And if you want to make a, this is your driver signature, customer signature, and etc. Okay, you understand them. And this is right now dispatch. And if you want to make this dispatch the order item, you just simply click on this truck icon and click on this yes dispatch. So you can see delivery is dispatched out successfully. So if they have delivered successfully, you can just simply mark the delivered and click on this yes marked at delivered. You understand them. So this is a feature. So we have check out that the drivers now payment received, also check this is the payment made. What is the payment made? I will explain you later, because this is directly linked to our suppliers. So this is our purchase orders. What is the purchase order? If I want to create a purchase order, just simply click on this new purchase order, select a supplier from the drop down. How we can add the supplier? We just go to our supplier sections. Okay, I will go to the supply section first. So this is our supplier sections, and the same like that we have the supplier ledger as well, because we have the customer ledger in the customer section as well. And if you want to add a supplier, enter their name, contact person, etc, all the information what you want to add them, status active or inactive, edit or delete. Okay, now let's move to the purchase orders and select a supplier from the drop down. So this is a supplier one, and this is the order date and expected delivery, like to the 15, and this is the discount amount, delivery cost, etc. What are the items you want to create in your purchase order? Simply add it here. So you can easily able to see here, I want to add the 100 items. So these are the 100, tax is 0, and just simply click on this save purchase orders. So when I click on this, you can see the purchase order is creating out successfully. Okay, you understand them. So this is our purchase order what we have created right now, the 1,72,000 rupees, and the status is right now in the draft. I just simply click on this approve and click on this yes confirm. So when I click on this confirm, as of now you can easily able to see the purchase order status is confirmed right now. Okay, you understand them, and there is a option of receive. If you receive these particular items in your warehouse, you just simply click on this yes mark as received. So once you mark as received, as of now you can easily able to see here that is your status will be changed to the received. Now let's go to the payments made. Payments received, this is linked to the invoices, but payments made, we need to give them the amount to the supplier. We just simply click on this record payment, select a supplier, and that is the advance payment. What is the right now we have created a purchase order of this particular pending 1,72,000, and we select a cash check number, etc., cleared, pending, bounced, and click on this save. So when I click on this save, as of now you can easily able to see it, my payment is recorded out successfully to the supplier. Okay, you understand them. Now the payment is cleared, and now let's go back to our purchase order sections again. So you can easily able to see here, this is our grand total and this is our paid amount right now. So this is our purchase return, same like that we have the sales return, we have the purchase return as well. So this is a purchase order what we have right now. We can just simply select it here, and the items will be loaded here, and after that we will select it here how much we want to return them and how much money we will receive from them. Okay, you understand them. Now this is a product section, I already explained to you, and that is our stock adjustments. If you want to make a stock adjustments, and if someone, like you can see, adjusted by warehouse one, make the adjustment in addition, so admin can approve them. Okay, so I just simply click on this approve or reject, so it is approving right now. Okay, if you want to create a new adjustment, just simply click on this new adjustment and make the addition or subtraction, select the product, select the reason, damage, return from customer, and etc., and everything you can do it from here. So this is a batches and expiry, so you can easily able to see here that is a fresh milk, that is the SKU number, and that is the batch milk, and that will be expired, quantity in and quantity left, cost is that, and warehouse location, cold room 1, cold room A, and etc. So this is your batches and expiry section as well, and if you want to add the section, you can simply add it from here. Okay, so this is a category section. I already told to you, you can manage your categories from here, add, edit, update, or delete, active or inactive, and that is our expenses. So what is our expenses right now? If someone, you can see the accountant make this particular expense, admin can approve, so they can utilize them. And if admin want to create a expense, they just simply select a category, expense date, amount, payment method, who the paid vendor name, text amount, reference, description, etc. Understand them. And later on, this is our expense categories. We can define the categories, add category, edit category, update category, status active or inactive, and that is our report section. This is our sales report from this particular date range, purchase report, profit and loss report, stock report, etc. Also we have a notification features as well. So this is our salesman performance, where we can track the you can see this is a salesman one, and they have the two customers. What two customers the salesman one have? These are the, and right now they have this particular balance, and this is their collection rate 41.9%. And what invoices created for the salesman one, so you can easily able to see it, and if they want to take a print, they can easily do it. And that is our activity logs, where we can track the all the activity logs of our system. And this is our user management, where we can add, edit, update, or delete, or block the users. And the last, this is our settings section. What is our settings section? We can change our application name, company logo, currency symbol, and save setting. And this is our about app. This is the wholesale distribution management system. What features each user role can able to do? Admin can do these particular things. Okay, manager can do these things, and the salesman do can these things, and the accountant can do these things. So this is the thing. So in that way, we don't need to explore the other user roles, because these are the database data tables. You can easily check out them, what each user roles can do in their system. You can take the pause the video and check out them. So we thank you very much for watching this video. Please subscribe our channel and share it with your friends who need this system for their businesses. Thank you very much. Take care. Okay, so how you can install this on your system? Just simply click on this make a copy, and when you click on this make a copy, as of now you can easily able to see here a copy of this particular Google Sheets with source code is successfully in your Google Drive. Just simply click on this extension and click on this app script. So when you once you click on this app script, as of now you can easily able to see here the code is already there. Just simply click on this deploy and click on this new deployment, and select it here who has access with anyone and click on this deploy. So when you click on this deploy, as of now you can able to see here it's updating the deployment and ask you for a permission. Okay, so you can easily able to see here the authorize access button. Just simply press on them and click on this advanced and click on this go to untitled project unsave and mark it all and click on this continue. So when you click on this continue, as of now you can easily able to see here your deployment is updating and it will provide you a web app URL. So you can simply copy this and open in your new tab. So that's all. So you can easily able to use your web application right now. Thank you very much.